Hi everyone, welcome back to Smarta.
With Marta. Today we're here to talk to you about writing. Before we get into that though, we want to do our regular shout outs and our jokes. So I'm going to start with Violet B. Violet B in my class sent me an awesome video of an obstacle course she did in the basement at her dad's house. She was climbing on things, lifting heavy things, she swung on a rope. There was lots of cool stuff she was doing there.
I am super jealous, Violet B, of your dad's home gym. It looked awesome.
And that was a great workout. So we've asked you to let us know every week what you're doing for your fitness activity, and sending a video was an awesome idea. Thank you, Violet.
My shout out today goes to Haley. Haley's mom sent one particular picture of Haley I want to comment on. It was great for three reasons. The first reason is I loved the desk that Haley was sitting in. Haley has her own kind of school space, if you want to say, in her home by the looks of the picture. It had this great desk that was decorated and painted so beautifully. It was wonderful. And then number two, Haley's smile at this desk looked so wonderful. She looked so happy to be doing and posing for the picture. It was a great picture, Haley. And thirdly, in the background behind Haley, there was a chart that her and her mom made up of Haley's daily schedule around schoolwork and hip hop dance and everything else. And laid out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What a great way to plan your day so you have a routine going. Really great job.
It's a good idea to have a routine so you know what you're going to have to do.
For sure.
All right, let's do our jokes.
All right.
My first joke is from Isla. Why did the Easter Bunny cross the road?
Why did the Easter Bunny cross the road?
There was something exciting on the other side.
Exciting. Nice.
Good one.
My joke today comes from Seamus. Why are babies so good at basketball?
No babies were good at basketball.
They like to dribble.
All right, that's a good one, Seamus. Thank you for sharing with us. So before we start, the reason we wrote or are making this, we wrote this list, we're making this video is because we have had some comments from people like you're getting a little bit stuck with writing. You have some writer's block, you don't know what to do.
It's different and hard for me.
It is. So we thought we would come up with some ideas to help you, and I wanted to show you this book. It's called Author, A True Story, and it's by an author about being an author. So this is one of the things that she writes. I can't read you the whole book because you're not allowed to do that. So here I am, an author, and every time I sit down to write, perfect words line up in perfect order, and whoop, a perfect book pops out of the computer. Do you think that's the way it really happens?
Sometimes, but usually not.
Not very often. Well, not exactly. Sometimes writing stories is so hard for me. I can't come up with a single idea, and my stories get stuck in the middle, and I can't think of a title, and I have trouble making the changes my editor wants me to make, and I lose my pencils, and I wonder why I'm doing this, and I get very, very, very frustrated.
It kind of makes you want to give up when that happens.
Kind of does. So that is from an author who has a book published. Even authors who have books published get stuck. So you need strategies to help you solve your problem when you get stuck.
And this is Marlon and I get stuck in our writing too. The boys and girls in my class know I've been writing this one story that I love the beginning of. I started it 3 years ago. I read in the beginning. It's about 6 pages to the beginning. And then I got stuck big time. It's the middle section I'm having trouble with, and I haven't been able to revisit it yet. Hopefully I will soon, but it's tough when you get stuck. So I write other things in the meantime. So the other things you can do, this might help.
Here's a list of things to do when you get stuck. Number 1, you can write a letter to us. We love when you write letters to us, telling us what you've been doing. So if you don't know what to write, just start telling us the things you've been doing. We like to hear that you took your lizard to the beach. We love to hear
the funny stories that this happened to my little brother or sister, or a joke you played on somebody, or something funny happened in your household, exciting in your household.
Something kind you did for someone. We love to hear about those. So feel free to write us letters and let us know those things.
When you write us those letters, we still feel really connected to you. So you got to keep writing those letters.
Yeah.
Number 2. Normally, Mrs. Marta and I don't give you writing ideas. We want you to, or a topic. We want you to come with your own ideas, your own topics, and we want you to write about what you're interested in. But we know with social distancing, this is a little bit weird, and it's harder. We're not with you to kind of coax you in the right direction. So I thought I'd give you one idea that I do like because it's really open, and that is pick a vacation. As you know, Mrs. Martin and I love vacations, but like you, we're stuck at home. We can't go anywhere, and we'd love to travel the world. I'm looking at my map as I say this. That's the only place I want to go to. What I'd suggest you do is look at a map, either on Professor Google or you have a map at your house, and pick somewhere. Talk to your parents. Pick somewhere where you would love to go, and then you got to use some research and use some imagination. Your research, make it kind of legit. Like watch some "Are We There Yet" videos. Watch some YouTube videos on that country itself, and figure out a couple of things. One, how are you going to get there? Are you taking a plane, a boat, a car, a train? How are you going to physically get there? And once you get there, where are you going to stay? What do the hotels look like hotels in Canada, or are they different? Maybe they're in tents, maybe they're in huts. But figure out exactly kind of what you'd be doing, what kind of food you'd be eating. Once you get all that real research done, then take notes on that. Then write your imaginary story that you go there and imagine you're there. Talk about what does the air smell like when you first arrive? What does the food taste like when you're there? And all the experiences and fun things.
Yeah, what are the things that you can do while you're there? What does it sound like?
And the choices are unbelievable. You could pick one country, another country, another country, another country. Make a whole planning vacation love book.
Mrs. Marta does that all the time. I have a ton of vacations planned that I haven't taken yet. Okay, next thing you could do is follow a story pattern. So in my class, when we talked about this, we talked about the series of books that has "If You Give a Mouse a Cookie" in there. And then you just kind of come up with your own story from there. So in my class, for instance, someone wrote, "If you give a teacher a cookie." She would. That would not be the end. Other stuff has to happen. You can't just say, "If you give Mrs. Marta a cookie, she'll eat it." That end. That's not that exciting.
Someone stole your cookie. That'd be a problem.
Trouble. Big trouble. So you could follow a pattern like that. You could say, if you gave a silverback
a Hulk comic book.
Oh, I wonder what would happen then. Or if you gave a panda
A belly rub.
a belly rub, what would happen? So you can follow a story pattern, and that sometimes is a way to get you going.
Number 4? What are you an expert of, or in, or at? For example, in my class, I know a lot of the boys and girls in my class love playing soccer at recess time, and I see their soccer skills. They have a lot of great skills, and you could write a story or a list of hints and tricks to get better at soccer. Pretend you're writing to somebody who doesn't know the rules or has never seen a soccer ball before because they're from a different country. Tell them what soccer is, why you like it, how you play it, how you win a game, how you get better at passing, how passing is different from shooting. If you're an expert
How
at
many
something,
players are on your team?
if you're
What
an expert,
do you do?
write about what you know.
Yeah, and some of you are experts. Well, we're all experts on one thing. I forgot about this. We're all experts on bats.
Oh yeah.
We've learned a lot of things about bats, and you've done writing about bats, but you don't know everything about bats.
Definitely not.
So I found this very cool book, which has, let me see how many, 64 facts
Nice.
about bats. So you could do a little more research even if you're an expert. For instance, bats love to be together. They look for food and sleep together. They like sleepovers in large groups. They obviously hate to be on their own.
Obviously, bats love family.
Bats have arms and fingers too. Yes, just like us, they have arms, 4 fingers, and a thumb. Their arms and fingers are connected to their wings. So there's all kinds of facts in a book that you could find to add to something you're already an expert at. Or, number 5, you could write about something new. So let's imagine that I've decided I want to know about... What do I want to know? I mean, there's endless amounts of things. Let's imagine I want to know about guitars, right? I just got that idea because I looked over there and I saw Mr. Marta's guitar. So I don't really know anything about guitars, so that's why I do some research. I find out there's different types of guitars, different types of music that's played on guitars, different ways to play the guitar. There's tons of stuff I could find out. After I do my research, I could either write something with facts, I could write guitar facts, or I could make up a story about a guitar. It could be like, maybe there's a magic guitar that when you play a song on it, it takes you to a special place.
Ooh, transports you. Because music does transport you.
A teleporting guitar. Okay, so you can take those things you learn and either make something about facts or something in your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6.
Where are we at? Number 6. A notebook of ideas. You can see Mrs. Martin and I brought out some of our notebooks. notebooks. Boys and girls in my class, I love notebooks. I collect notebooks. I've got about 30 in the house right now, and that's not all.
This is just a small selection of our notebooks.
But keeping a notebook of writing ideas is really great. If you choose one of your notebooks, could be a big one, could be a small one, and because writing ideas come to you sometimes at the strangest times, like not when you're writing. It could be when you're having a chat with mom and dad. It could be when you're playing with your brother and sister. It could be when you're walking outside by the beach.
Could be in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's nice to have a notebook that you kind of carry with you, a small one for writing ideas, always with a pencil. But whenever you have a writing idea, dedicate one book to those ideas. And so you open the book and say you had a writing an idea because you're walking the beach, a story of a shipwreck, and you write that down on one page. And then the next day you're playing soccer with your brother, and your sister joins in. You discover she's got this amazing talent for soccer. You're like the child superstar of soccer and gets drafted into Barcelona's team.
Or maybe you're going for a walk and you see a lady with rainbow hair and you think, oh, I want one of my characters to have rainbow hair. So you just write down rainbow hair.
And so then when you have little ideas about that story, you can add them on that page. And when you're stuck, you don't know what to write, you go to your writing idea book, open up, oh yeah, the beach story, oh yeah, the soccer story, and you can pick one from there then because they're all still there for you to choose from, and then write in one of your great notebooks.
I'm sorry, I keep yawning.
Can I show you some of my notebooks? Fast?
Really fast.
Watch these covers, boys and girls.
He's gonna have to be fast.
Okay, do this one. It's got a compass of the world. It unwraps, so it keeps it secret. This one over here has got lockable clasps. This one is my plans for world domination. This one is Mrs. Marta's book. It looks like a library.
Oh, I want to show this.
Oh, yeah.
This is good. I like this. It has magnets.
And you know how I love dragons. Look at the dragon.
Okay,
portion.
that's enough.
Okay. But here's more.
That's enough. No more.
Lots
I'll have to show you another
of
time.
books.
All right. So number 7 is problem solution, and this works if you're trying to write a story from your imagination. So what I usually do is when I'm starting with something I want to write a story, I come up with my problem first. So let's imagine that my problem is I'm stuck inside a magic lamp. Now,
Are you magic?
no,
Oh.
I'm just stuck inside a magic lamp. So
Okay.
now I have to come up with a way to get to my solution. And I'm not just going to go like this. I was stuck inside a magic lamp and Mr. Marta let me out the end. That would be a problem and a solution, but that would not be that interesting. So in my class, we've talked about how you have roadblocks in the middle. And a roadblock is a way that you're trying to solve the problem, but something stops
We
you.
call those mini problems in my class. I'll talk about that in a second.
So Mr. Marta and I are just going to practice trying one. So main problem, I am stuck inside a magic lamp and I
Okay.
need to think about how am I going to get out of there? How am I going to solve my problem?
You need to answer.
Yeah.
I know from many magic lamp stories that if you rub the lamp, the genie pops out. So maybe you gotta rub the lamp.
Awesome. So I'm thinking in my story, I'm writing, I was stuck in a magic lamp. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking about all the things I knew about magic lamps. I knew you could rub the lamp. I rubbed it. It didn't work from the inside.
You gotta find somebody to rub it from the. You start calling really loud for someone to come help you.
So I'm screaming.
I'll come save you.
Somebody help me! But Mr. Marta can't hear me because he's got his noise canceling headphones on and he can't come rescue
Music.
me.
That's
And then
true.
suddenly, an evil cat comes walking up.
Perhaps the
What
lamp.
does it look like, my evil cat?
It's got gray fur and purple stripes.
Ooh, and it has a mask on like it's a burglar.
Ooh.
So the
And
cat walks up, grabs the lamp in its mouth, and takes it away to its little cat house. What do you call those things with the carpet?
the towers.
Takes me into the cat tower inside the magic lamp. Obviously, I've shrunken.
Yeah, or it's
Right?
a big lamp. It's a big cat.
That's like a secondary problem to my
Yeah.
problem. So now I'm in the lamp. I'm in the cat tower. The cat goes for a nap.
Oh, cats don't like dogs. The dog's gonna come rescue you.
Of course, it's going to be Rocky.
Yes,
So
Rocky loves you.
he does.
Love
Our
you.
dog Rocky has been desperately searching for me for days.
You start calling to him.
Rocky, come here. But then I realize Rocky doesn't understand human words, so I start barking. Rocky. A little quieter with the barking. So Martha, I start calling him because we don't want to wake up the cat. And Rocky hears my calls for help, and he runs over.
Oh, Rocky used to lick like crazy. He licks the lamp.
And that works like rubbing the lamp. And I come out of the lamp, I return to full size, I pick up Rocky, and I run away home with him.
How many, if you were to guess for the boys and girls, if you wrote that entire story on paper, how many pages would it be, you think?
I have no
That's a
idea.
lot of
That
pages.
is
That's a lot of writing.
pages.
It's a lot of details. A lot of things going on.
So we just started with a problem, and we just thought of what could we try to do to solve it, and what could stop us from solving it.
You reminded me of a mini, we call them, instead of roadblocks in my classroom, we call them mini problems. And then your back book reminded me of it as well. Both classes know the story Silverwing with Shade and his problem. And I always try to encourage my kids when they write a story, you have a main problem that is the main beginning of the story, and when your character solves that main problem, when they solve that, the story's over. But in the middle, you have all these mini problems. So for example, with Shade, his main problem is he got separated from his colony, and he has to journey with Marina somehow to Hibernaculum. When he gets to Hibernaculum, the story's over. It'd be very boring if they said, oh, we're lost, boom, we fly there, boom. So all these mini problems in the middle is what makes the story exciting. The mini problems were encountering Goth, encountering Throb, the rats, the pigeons, all those problems they had to overcome before they solve the main problem. So you have these mini problems or roadblocks in the middle,
Yep.
and when the main problem is solved, story over. So try to work around that as well with your stories.
Yeah.
And your development problems.
All right, number 8.
Oh, this one worked really well. Owen sent me an email recently, was saying he was having trouble getting in the right state of mind for daily write. He was having writer's block. And Mrs. Martin and I talked about it. We kept going, you know what? The big difference between writing at school and writing at home is probably this: the environment, the music, the silence. Because Mrs. Martin's classroom, we do it a little bit differently in regards to what type of music we listen to. We'll talk about that in a second. But there's one thing that's very similar. We do our preparation for writing, we get our supplies ready. When everyone's ready, the music comes on. And when the music is on, it's like drop dead silence in the room.
You are only silently writing. That's
And
it.
so I suggested to Owen, I know it's hard at home because we're social distancing right now and you're all at home, but try when it comes time to writing time, dedicate 15 minutes to writing, find a silent space in your home, have mom or dad put on the right music, and we'll talk about that right away. And when that music's on, you'll probably find yourself put into the right mood for writing. And when Owen tried that, he sent a video back to us all excited. Mr. Marta, thanks for the music suggestion. That really worked. It unlocked him. He's writing again. So in my classroom, for parents, if you want to figure out what kind of music to use, the first rule number 1 is no words in
No
music.
words,
Can't have-
because then we just start singing along, and that's too
dancing,
distracting
and I
for
love
writing.
music, and I wouldn't write either. I would just dance or sing. So you don't want instrumental music. In my classroom for Daily Write, it's always the same type of music. It is instrumental harp music. If you go onto YouTube, just type in instrumental harp. You'll get lots of choices. Choose one, and that's the nice kind of spa-like calm music that my class uses. What does your class use?
We use instrumental music as well because we don't want words, but it has to be calm music. Like, for instance, flamenco guitar is a little too peppy, and then people start dancing. Right? See what happens? People start dancing, and then they can't focus on their writing. So I usually type in like music for reading, or music for studying, or calm piano
even
music.
spa relaxation music.
Yeah, or yoga music or something like that, and that is what we put on. And kids, your brain is trained when you hear that calm music, it's ready to write. So that might just help get you going again if you're stuck.
The main thing is no words, and it can't be revved up music. Calm, relaxing. Yeah, it'll work.
So hopefully one of these ideas will help get you going with your writing, and of course you'll send it to us because
Yes.
we love
We
reading
love
it.
the pictures. We love the emails. Keep it coming.
Now, usually we end with a joke from Rexy,
Oh yeah.
but Rexy's been busy holding up our table, and
You just see his head there a little bit.
he hasn't had time to think of one. And guess what? Nobody has sent us any more jokes.
We've
from
got a
Rexy.
few kids keep sending up the joke.
Yeah,
We're getting.
absolutely.
We've got already like 5 jokes ready for our next videos from kids, but no dinosaur jokes from Rexy yet.
We need some more dino
Mhm.
jokes and other jokes, but we really, really
Yeah.
need dino jokes because poor Rexy, look at him. Look how sad he looks that he doesn't have a dino joke for you today. Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
Until then, bye.